Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my beautiful rideshare revolutionaries. It's me, Gio. Y'all know who the fuck it is. Alrighty, I guess I've been seeing this comment over and over and over saying, isn't this a rideshare channel? Yes, it is a rideshare channel, but here's the thing. Who out there is genuinely making, like, I can't teach you guys any more about rideshare, right? I really can't. I can't vlog about, like, because this thing, rideshare, was before the month of March. I paid all of my bills. You know, I fed myself. I supported myself through rideshare. Now, with all this shit going on, and the funny thing is, like, my last full day as a rideshare driver was March 14th, St. Patrick's Day, right? That day feels like it was lifetimes. It feels like March 14th, you know, it feels like it's the space between Earth and the moon. It's forever ago, right? I figure I want to be on this side of caution and not do rideshare rides as much or at all right now, right? But now I'm embracing more opportunities with the gig economy, right? And that's why I'm going to be the all-American Gig-Olo. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said before. I feel like I'm the new Jermaine. I feel like I can run multiple apps, maximize earnings, and go from there, right? But like rideshare, honestly, I can't make any promises right now. Part of me honestly feels like once all this shit is over with, once the whole coronavirus thing, and again, you can't say coronavirus in a video and not have it ruin your channel. Coronavirus! You can, once all this shit's over and done with, I honestly think I might just do morning rushes for rideshare and then run other gigs the rest of the day. Because, I mean, you guys know, if you drive to Chicago, you know, like, the man hits the fucking toilet at 9:30. At that point, you're just hoping for airport rides, or you're sitting at the lot. Like, I'd rather work and get paid rather than sit at lots all fucking day. Like, that's always, you guys know how little I hate, or how much I hate those fucking lots, and how little I respect that strategy of using lots. So, if I gotta run other gigs, and it might hurt me financially a little bit, whatever. I think, but like I said, I think I might be phasing out rideshare. I sincerely doubt I'm gonna be a full-time rideshare driver after all this is over and done with. Because it seems like there's more going on with other apps. And right now, obviously, look at my earnings. Like, I'm probably gonna make $200 on Amazon today, on top of DoorDash and other stuff. So, yeah. But, alright, let's get to the point of the video. Again, sorry about that. I want to clarify some of the comments. So, the point, I actually did film this video yesterday, but now I have a little bit more proof to back it up. I'm going to go ahead and say, guys, and those of you who run Amazon, you already know this, but for those of you who don't run it, like, the first few orders I did on Amazon, the first few blocks, were like, holy shit, I made that much money in an hour and a half. I made that much money in 2 hours. Like, I made that much in tips. Like, it's, you know, my first Amazon Prime thing from Whole Foods, the base pay was $23. I made $42 in tips for an hour and a half. So $65 for an hour and a half. Nearly 200% in tips for an hour and a half block. The next one I did, the base pay was $14. The tips was $10. That's, what's that, 70%? Not more, maybe more than that. Horrible math. The next day, the Sunday, the base pay was $31. The tips was $61. Again, nearly 200% tips. But these were all instant offers from Whole Foods. Okay? Then the next one was an hour and a half, $23 base pay, $57 in tips, 200% in tips, over 200%. That's fucking 250%, I think. for an instant offer from Whole Foods. And then on Wednesday, I did my first block, which was a grocery delivery, $45 in base pay, $53 in tips. Now, that was also, I believe there was 11 addresses on that grocery order for the 9 a.m. block. And then, actually, no, let's go and talk about it. And then that afternoon, from 5:30 to 9, even though I didn't leave there until 6:30 or 6:40, another Amazon grocery order took me to the west side, right? The one Wednesday morning took me north to an affluent neighborhood, and then it took me around kind of like, I think Oak Park neighborhood. Yeah, like Oak Park, River Forest. The second block on Wednesday took me to the west side, right? So with that one is a $52 base fare and $15 in tips and $5 cash. So let's just say $20. That still is not even 50% though. And I'm not complaining about tips. I'm not saying like, oh fuck that, I deserve to be tipped on I deserve 100% tips on every single fucking batch or every single block. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying though, right now, is not all Amazon blocks are created equal. Because the very next day, from 9 a.m. to 12, and that was probably a 8 or 9 stop block for groceries, the base pay was $45 and the tips was $47. So over 100% tips. And then the next block from 1 to 4:30, which was the frustrating one, the one I made the video about, where I didn't leave until close to 3 p.m. and I knocked out that block in an hour and 15 minutes. I essentially made $49 in tips in an hour and 15 minutes. So again, not 100%, but what was that, 80-something% in tips for that block? So if Amazon was running, if they were operating quickly, if they're operating efficiently on that Thursday, let's say I would have been given another block. Let's say I would have left there at 1:30, knocked out the block before 3, they gave me another one, I could have maybe made another $40 in tips, so that could have been $140 to $150 block for 5 hours. I'll take it. I know some of you will be like, oh, there's not enough money. I'll fucking take it right now. But I wanted something like this. I mean, like I said, I'm making this video because the pros out there, those of you who've been doing Amazon for a while, you already know this. You're well aware of this fact. For the newbies out there, you're gonna get those first few blocks, and you're gonna be like, dude, this tip money's off the chain. No wonder these blocks disappear so quickly. You know, like, and then your first 3 or 4 are awesome. You're getting 100% in tips. You're murdering it. You're getting $90 for 2.5 hours. You're like, fuck yeah, this isn't even possible on rideshare. And then you get stuck with one block that takes you to the west side of Chicago, and you're like, what the fuck? Because that so far was a really bad block, right? It took me, I was out the door, or let's say I had all my stuff packed into my car about 6:40. It took me 40 minutes to get there, 30 to 40. And then delivery took about an hour and a half. So at that point, it was already about 8:12. And then the one guy told me to help me out. They tell you if you're done before your time, they send you back to where you came from, to Wooddale. So even though that's the direction I was going home, right? Like I live past Wooddale. I still was essentially stuck eating probably close to 30 miles from where I was. I ended up on the southwest side. I ended up far from where I was. So yeah, it was about a 40-minute drive home. I think it was like 30 miles. About 30 miles. And all that for $67, when if I would have had a block take me up north or take me west even, maybe even east, that same block would have been worth $90 to $100, right? So that's all I want to say for this one. I just want to update you guys. Yeah, just a quick little thing like that. Just explaining again, not all Amazon blocks are created equal. It sucks, but that's the name of the game. You don't have any control, or as far as I know, you don't have any control over where your assignments end up, you know, how your itinerary is. So, and I knew it too when I got that, when I saw on my app that I saw like West Side, I'm like, fuck. I saw like 5629 California or something. That's not the exact address, but it was something like that. And the guy looked at me, he's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I'm not gonna get nothing on tips on this one. And I was right. Because compared to what I usually make, that was like 20-something%. When a lot of these other blocks, I'm getting 100% tips, right? That's what's up. All right, guys. So, yeah, that's all I got for this one. Let me know what you think. Do you guys think all Amazon blocks are created equally or not? Let me know in the comment section. That's all I got for this one, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay healthy, stay classy. I'll talk to you next time.